28-30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. This is brought in at the 21. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. It means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
On 2nd down now, it's Turner. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 10 yards is the pickup, good enough for a Jet 1st down. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating him up here in the 1st quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, not get loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
On 2nd and 11 now, Manning. Got his man there. It's Wallace complete. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 31-yard line. I love that play, because in the snow you think run, run, run. Big passing play there.
And defenders hate it, especially in open space, because trying to come under control, break down, and make a tackle in the open field, difficult in normal conditions. In these conditions, almost impossible.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. Coach, the snow sure has made the travel difficult all throughout the 5 boroughs and into New Jersey, but we are ready for football nonetheless at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Miami Dolphins and the New York Jets. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down at the 21-yard line.
Here we go, set, 15, run, 15, run. Slam. Let's go.
On first down, Manning. He's able to find Wallace. He's at the 40, past the 20, and all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A big play there, 79 yards. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. That's fielded in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And the punt team is out there. It's not 4th down. Maybe the cold weather here freezing their brain a bit. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And this will be down just inside the 30-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
Check.
They'll run on first down. Turner shedding the tackler that gives him some room. The 40. He's at the 30. 10. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. A great play there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Jets get the quick strike touchdown. And again, it's no good. A few boo birds coming out as he's missed his second extra point here in the first half. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And I would say they went 3 and out last time, but actually they didn't even get to 3 and out. Still a strange decision to us here in the booth.
Yeah, let's hope they don't go 1 and out, but maybe, possibly, let's try and think with them here. Try to play field position maybe, turn the ball over, put it in the hands of their defense. Who knows?
You're a nice man.
Rip left, rip left. H3, 218, chopper, chopper. 1-3, Leo, 36. Kill.
On second down, Clinton. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. It's a big play there for Miami. 74 yards. So down inside the 5-yard line. I have to say, really just a poor job defensively there.
You're exactly right. As a former defensive back, that was not played well at all. But give credit to the offense and give credit to the guy running the football. He gets it down all the way inside the 5.
And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. A great effort there. His third touchdown now on the year as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Extra point through the snowflakes, up and good. And that will get them one closer. A 5-point game now as here comes the kickoff. This is fielded a couple yards deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
Here we go, D, get off the field.
On first down, Turner. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Throwing is Manning on third down. He's got his man. That's Wallace. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Jet first down. Throwing on first down is Manning. Open man left side is Wallace, complete. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 17 yards for the Jets there as they've got themselves a first down. This quarterback now already over 100 yards passing in just this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Kill, kill, kill. Kill, kill. Out, 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 out. Big grip, big grip.
That one a first down pickup of 8.
Well, it certainly appears that in this game, someone has decided they're going to open up their playbook. First quarter, and we see that play. I like their style.
Ready?
Manning now on first down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. To throw again on 2nd down. Manning. Rush coming, and he's taken down. They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback. Got to stop that, give him clean lanes to throw the football in order to have a better chance to win again this week.
They wind up getting 16, but even that's not quite enough. It's 4th down. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost, and that now makes this a 15-7 game. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
A gain of 3, second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Now the first carry for Bryce Love. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down. The Jets will bring in a nickel set as they try to stop this third down. Back to throw. Man open, it's J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard.
He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up. Shit. Ready.
They'll try and run for it. Room here to run. Dashing through the snow. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. A big play there. His 25th touchdown. Tying him at Smith for the 5th most in one season. As his guys have cut the lead down to 2. Extra point right down the middle. And that will shave one more off this lead. So we're back to a 1-point game now as the kickoff comes. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
Ready. 70
An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass.
And it keeps 6 points off the board. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. They'll try the left side. Clinton. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. On third down, here's Love. And he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker as they'll stop him well short of the yellow line. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up fourth down.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice hit, boy.
Now for the field goal try, here's Eddie Pinheiro. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And the Dolphins have taken the lead. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And last time, 1 play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action.
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jerome Baker, and his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Coming off the line, he's been wreaking havoc all year. And look, that's why, as a result, he's getting some looks for Defensive Player of the Year in the NFL.
And I know that many people don't have him first on their list right now, but he deserves that type of consideration. You mentioned it. All year long, he's made big plays and continues to do so. Imagine if he has a big game here. If so, he could vault himself right into the #1 spot.
The Jets will bring in a nickel set here as they try to stop this third down.
Come get some. Come on here. Come get some. He don't want it. Go.
They'll look to throw here. There he goes inside the 30. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. A big third down pickup of 20 yards. Looking to throw. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
He'll look to throw. That's going to be caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Okay, ready? Check 53. Go, go, go. Shoot, shoot, shoot. Greystone trap. Greystone trap. Mike, 53. 53. Mike.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is in. Touchdown, Miami. A great play there. His 26th touchdown, drawing even with Marshall Faulk for the 4th most in a single season. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. Point after, right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and then finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Manning. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 47. And they will finally stop him, but a great return. Gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his...
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Sidney Jones. He's got daylight. 20, 10, 5. And it's a touchdown for the Jets. So from one end zone all the way to the other. Talk about a turnaround.
And how about the excitement that play generates for his team? Not just the points on the board, but the momentum and taking it from coast to coast, end zone to end zone. What a tremendous play. Now get that man an oxygen tank.
That's your boy Old Mo. You said momentum, right?
Old Mo, I think he's kind of limping across at the end because of that distance, but he made it.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Switch gears, switch gears. Let's go. Check on the ball. Ready, go.
He'll drop to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
They'll set up to throw. Throw left side complete. It's Lamb. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. A big play there. His 19th touchdown now of the season. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. The point after is good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Ready, break.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
But one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
On 1st and 10, here's Manning. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. They'll try the left side. It's Turner. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
Here we go. Set. 70. Indy.
Throwing is Manning. And that's knocked away and incomplete. Jerome Baker right there in coverage.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
They'll run on 1st down. Clinton. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5. Back to throw here. He's going to wind up and air it out. That's caught inside the 20. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down.
SOS. Mark 55.
He'll look to throw. And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown to this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored 1, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Sidney Jones. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. They come out here in the eye. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. It'll go as a loss of a yard on what should be the final play of the first half. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, this snow front that has socked much of the East Coast not going away as we are back to it in the second half. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Clinton, and for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd and 12.
At the 34-yard line.
Check 13. Check 13. Yep. Motion.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get 2, maybe 3 up near the 37.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out.
but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. They'll drop to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So no problems moving the ball in the first half, but they'll likely come up empty here on drive one of quarter three.
And it was so important for the defense to get that stop, because what we witnessed in the first half was them getting run over. And they needed the confidence, and they needed to get off the field so they felt good going forward in this game.
And they will get to this one and down it at the 13-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use, just something to get you off to a quick start.
A running play here on first down is going to go nowhere as he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Turner. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit. Well executed there on second down, so do you go back to the air on third?
Well, that's a possibility, but now you've opened up things to where you showed that you would run the ball in long-distance situation. You might come back again because I doubt they believe you'll do it a second time.
Call it a gain of 7, and it gets them a new set of downs. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 44-yard line. Now Manning. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop it.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking him.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Jerome Baker. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who we need.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. A big play there, with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Ready? 8, read. Check. You're out. Here we go. Check 99. Get it.
On first down, Turner. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains. This quarterback now just 7 of 15 so far, but he's got a 1st and 10. Jumpy on the right side of the line.
Sometimes when you're on the end, a little bit farther away from the ball, any type of movement will get you to jump, and that's exactly what happened there.
They will come up on a 1st and 5 following the encroachment penalty. Now they'll run on the draw. He's got the 1st down and more inside the 40. And did he get in? No. Down at the 1-yard line. Big yardage that that time for the Jets. 53 yards. So close. Couldn't get all the way in, knocking on the doorstep down to the one. Nevertheless, fantastic run.
Not only that, this is where you wave to your replacement, go back to the bench. No way. I'm not coming out of this game. I got it down to the 1 yard line. I want to carry it in.
We'll see if they reward him on this next play. Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
It's 3rd and goal.
Gotta figure this is one they need here on 3rd and goal. Shotgun now for Manning. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. So now 4th and goal. You're trailing by a decent amount here. What are you doing, Coach Davis?
Well, I've got to think to myself, just how many more opportunities am I going to have this close and have this chance? I've got to go for it right here. The clock's dwindling on me. Let's go get it done.
The kick by Fairbairn is good. And that will close the gap down to 14. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, and you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do?
He's got a man complete. He's got the lane, and there he goes. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. An 80-yard touchdown. But the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. They're going to get 9 here on 1st down as he gets this one up to the 34-yard line. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. They'll keep it on the ground. Turner. He could muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a 3rd and very short. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the 1st down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
And he's got a man. It's the tight end, Howard, complete. And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. They'll try the left side. It's Turner. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Turner. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 47. They'll try the left side. It's Turner, and he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set them back for second down.
Let's go now.
So now they operate back from their side of the field here, second and long.
Ready?
Now they'll throw it with Manning. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Manning going to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Here's Bradley Pinion now, as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Here's Bradley Pinion now, as he's on to punt for New York. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One-play drive, long pass. Maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one-play drives exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was fairly easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here.
Check 31, check 31. Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up.
Second and 11. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage here. Back to the 15. It's a loss of 4. Now third down. The Dolphins on third down. They've hit it 50%. 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 15. He's going to find his tight end. That's Chris Herndon. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. Here's Matt Hawk now, as he's on to punt for Miami. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
On second down now, it's Turner. And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Brings up 3rd and 7.
The Jets on third down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 7.
Mike, check, 59. Hey, Delta. Let's get this ball back.
From the gun, it's Manning. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And finally brought down right at the midfield stripe. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down.
Let's get the ball. Now.
They'll run on first down. Turner. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
They'll keep it on the ground. Turner, and able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
And he will have a first down here at about the 40. Got what he needed for the first down with a gain of 2.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on third down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. A throw over the middle taken in. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. Working from the gun, Manning. Accelerating, and off he goes. 30, the 20, 10, and he will score. Touchdown, Miami. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a fourth quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, just take care of the play.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll be marked down deep on Miami's side of the field. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. On first down, it's Turner. He will push his way down to about the 14. 2 yards that time. A stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play.
You draw Porkers. Alpha. Let's go hit it.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Manning toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Jerome Baker right there in coverage. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Now a give right side. It's Turner. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Now Manning. And this is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Dolphins' defense is able to hold. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
Pretty good results here on the first down run as he takes this forward for about 6. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 23-yard line.
They'll keep it on the ground. Clinton. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to 3rd down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
On 3rd down, Clinton. He'll have a first down past the 40. And all the way down to the 33-yard line.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Miami, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they hit the 10-win mark now at 10-5. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for the Jets, the slide continues as they drop now to 3-12. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL